stream all set up? Oh yes, I see. Start streaming. I think we're live. What are we doing? We well, as you said, what were we doing? Crossing animals, of course. Exactly, that's what we're doing. Crossing animals across, well, not across time, because we are both in the same time, I think. You're maybe a second delayed later on, and but we're still not in the same space, my friend. If you were here, I would give you a hug, like from. You're still with you. I'm I'm with my. I don't know how these monsters are called. They're called Joffrey toys. They're just. I think they're the cheaper knockoff version of the other sort of very bright animals. Of course, this one is Hannah, not mine. Hannah's not mine. That's oh, that's so cute. You lovely hippos. Oh yes, I see. Oh, pretty neat. Faience hippos. Very nice. So that this thing is Hannah's and not mine is of course also what I told Haley when I actually bought Animal Crossing. Of course. No, a kid. No, exactly. And to be fair, Hannah's been actually playing a good bit of this actually. So let me actually make sure that my phone is off when we're not disturbed. Yes, because we're very disturbed. Are we online? I think we are, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you maybe have to fiddle a little bit with the sound later. But who are we? No, and I am Angus, Dr. Random Mole, and we are game playing. Well, humanists slash archaeologists. I don't know what we are anymore. Stay at home dads. That's what no, not. I am a stay at home dad. Today I was a stay at home dad for sure. I can tell you. um, but basically we're here to just have a bunch of fun. And this game that we're going to be playing, Animal Crossing's New Horizon. Well, let's put it like this: you can have a bunch of fun with it, and we're definitely not the only people's having a lot of fun with it, because the whole planet and their mother is playing this game, and for many reasons, rightfully so. Um, I think the best thing is just to maybe just start playing this. And so you've never played an Animal Crossing before. No, so I was also just because I said had never played Animal Crossing, and maybe I've played like 5 hours of it on like some sort of like Nintendo of a friend of mine or something. But all right. Let me try and get to the soundboard. All right. Later on, the trumpets will be there in the playing scene, but but not right now. So and it's one of those games that are kind of forgettable in terms of what you actually end up doing. And I think that's the whole point of it. But we'll get to the further sort of analysis of this game a little bit later. Let's just start playing this with the help of our trusted value Elgato. This thing has been around. This has been with us, I think, since before value was a foundation. Way before, way before, in the midst of time. Literally years, and it's always been serving us quite well. I think I wasn't able to set up or portraits to actually see with the Animal Crossing UI, so we'll maybe have to have a little look at that later. Yeah, and philosophically as well, to the extent possible, ideologically, game development wise, and With your sound. I on my end I can hear you just fine. Oh, no, Aris. Oh, Aris. Oh. And I think in terms of recording, it actually. Let's see. Let's see what's up here. You've been talking all the time, and I've been hearing you. So let me actually see. Let's see what. Let me actually see. Or telephone. That should be right. So I think the best thing to do is maybe just to start this one up again. I kind of wanna say so because let's actually see. Um, maybe now. Talk to me, Aris.
Test. I am
Yes,
talking to you.
yes. Okay, now you should be coming through louder
Yeah,
and
I'm coming
clearer.
through. I'm coming through. I have confirmation.
You have
I
confirmation. The ego
yes,
has landed. The
the glass lamp.
Polytopoulos is
Yes, exactly.
audible.
Okay, okay. I'm
Well,
ready.
all right.
I'm
Then
ready.
then we're just gonna cut off the first part of this video because I don't think actually anything has been picking up. So I wonder if the Elgato is pushing through its sound then. Also, I wonder now if I'm gonna try once more with the soundboard. Let's see. Let's see. Now with the trumpets
Yes.
blowing up.
Now with the trumpets.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And we were just talking about the trusted Elgato, but
Yeah. But
uh,
the Elgato is literally just flopped on
is
us.
the Elgato has been one of the more problematic things. I think it once was responsible maybe for crashing an entire PS4. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
remember. These
That,
things
that, that- yeah, but
disappear in the mist of time, just as happens when you're playing Animal Crossing.
yeah. So as I was saying that nobody could hear, we're gonna play. We're gonna try to play archaeologically with Animal Crossing, discuss at least archaeologically, and a little bit philosophically and politically, of course.
Yeah. So the thing is, archaeology is so there is a bit of archaeology in here, a tiny bit of archaeology. There's a bit of excavation in here,
Yes.
and most of that is actually paleontology. So that's not archaeology. That's no.
That's something completely different.
Yes. And then there's the first bit of like human excavation stuff in there, but
Yeah.
excavating is just part of what archaeologists do. Archaeologists
Yes.
excel about in thinking about material culture and the way that we create our societies based on material culture, or at least some archaeologists excel at that. Other archaeologists excel at other things. Some archaeologists excel at nothing, and they become, not archaeologists, and
Which is fine.
which is fine as well. And but that's also one of the things that we're going to be talking about. Anyway,
Yeah, material culture.
that's my great friend Phoebe that you see on the screen
Phoebe.
right here. Phoebe is has been with me on the island since day one.
Nice.
Which was when we arrived, an actual deserted island, a desert island.
Oh, sick.
So the whole deal with Animal Crossing is that, of course, they're all animals that you end up playing with, except for you. You're the only, and of course, other human players are actually the only humans in here.
Nice.
So this is me, and on the special.
I really like your hair.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. It's a special request by Hannah is telling me to basically wear a flower in my hair always.
Oh, nice.
This is my little lovely home. We can go in there later. I just want to run around a little bit.
It's
I
see you just did laundry.
I just did laundry, exactly. Kinda. This laundry is always there. So I have to. So first of all, I'm not ashamed about my Animal Crossing sort of village.
And you shouldn't be.
No, exactly. But I'm not exactly like a house proud kind of person. In many ways, I am, but not.
Just wishes me good luck on organizing the complex society exam. Yeah.
Oh,
Trust me, I've been.
the complex
I,
exam, the complex
I,
organization of the exam.
it's been really complex, and I think I spent today about 8 hours working on it. So
Oh wow, man! Oh my god,
yeah,
that's a bit that's so you spend a lot more time on these exams than your students. I don't think that's fair. They should be able
probably.
to spend 8 hours on it as well.
Yeah.
All right, let me just go say hi to. Wait, where'd she go? Okay, or he go? I think she. It's Bo. It's Bo's birthday in a couple of
Bo.
days.
Oh, congratulations, Bo.
Yeah, today is actually somebody else's birthday. I forgot.
Ah,
It's a
then
monkey. It's a
flowers.
monkey. Oh yes, for sure. Flowers all over. It's such an idyllic place,
Yes.
and you're not even going to San Francisco. Wait. You're actually gonna be. You're gonna be retroactively for the flowers in your hair. You're gonna be pun punished. All right. So actually, this is the season of the apple blossoms, or basically the blossom season. It's kind of nice. It's also the season of Easter eggs, which is called the Bunny Day in Animal Crossing. By the way, this island is called Jamaica because I let Hannah name the island, and she was
Oh,
like Jamaica because that's not where she was born or created, but that's where she was conceptually conceived. Let's put it like
I see.
that. So that's actually quite literally
And
her
she
middle.
owns it.
Her middle name is quite literally Hannah Jamaica, so she was able to, and I put in the Jamaican flag. All right, as you can see, that's it's nighttime now. Animal Crossing runs actually on a day-night cycle. In fact, it runs on a whole year cycle. So if it's night and spring in our place in the northern hemisphere, it's actually spring and night in the game.
Nice.
And sometimes our friends actually are sleeping. Oh, what's that? The Hannah's got. Actually, Hannah's also inhabiting the island, so she's the happy home relocator apparently. So oh wait. Oh
No
yes,
gift.
a gift.
Get it.
These are kind of my favorite things. They're just gifts. I don't know actually who's a bit far away. I have to wait for a bit.
You can do it. I believe. Yes.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not very difficult.
A sky
So
egg.
I don't know who keeps putting these things up in the air, but it's there. And then basically the whole thing with this game is, it is also like a whole like World of Warcraft style quest game. There's all these little mini things that you keep, mini quests or basically busy tasks that you have to keep doing the whole time. So actually, I popped a balloon. I'm gonna get some miles for that, and miles allow me to buy all sorts of to travel, but also to buy all sorts of extras. They're basically like air miles or like sky miles or whatever. And they're
I
sort
think
of
it's quite literally what it is.
that's quite literally what it is. They're basically the secondary currency. The primary currency is bells, which I have currently on me almost 9,000 bells of that, which is basically nothing at all in this world.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I needed to do first was actually I needed to look for a spot for this little hedgehog, not at all infringing on any other blue hedgehog copyrights.
No copyrights
No
right
copyrights.
there. No copyrights.
Oh, does Zipper? Yeah, but I mean Zipper doesn't put all the presents in the. So I know nothing about the canon of Animal Crossing. I'm just wondering at the absolute absurdity of this world. But there's also
absurd,
there's a crazy bunny basically running around on this island that is hiding eggs all over the place. But I'm not sure if he also puts the regular gifts and presents on there. So this blue hedgehog that is not Sonic actually asks me to put down a store for her somewhere. So I'm actually gonna try and do that. And you know,
do that.
The problem is I always want to do that in such a way that I don't actually destroy any trees, which has been possible so far, but it's not going to be
for long.
I don't think so. Maybe I can put it here. Let's see. Actually, before
Garrett says the real escapism comes from being able to repay a loan just by fishing and picking up flowers.
Yes. Yeah, oh, for sure. We'll talk extensively about that.
We will talk
about that. At the end of the stream, I'm gonna do something that I won't do in real life for the next 25 years if I'm lucky, and that's actually finish paying my mortgage.
Yeah, shit.
Hey, there we go. We're getting. So this could have been an Easter egg, quite literally, but
But it
ends
was
up
a fossil.
it ends up being a fossil. So we're doing some well, excavating of old stuff, not necessarily archaeology straight up. Later on,
No.
I'll bring that fossil to somebody that knows how to deal with it.
Deal with it.
Deal with the fossil. But now we're actually going to see if I can plunk down that storefront right over here. So I'm going to say that in terms of its UI, it could have been a bit better. Like, constantly when I try to put stuff down, it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
So it's a bit, it's not super friendly to basically do nice construction. So now I have to like,
Yeah,
still too close to the plaza. So it's like kind of gets kind of awkward. I don't want to put it here actually. I want
I'm sure that if you've played a little bit of it, then you pretty quickly get the gist of it. But
yeah, you get better at it for sure. So actually, I'm gonna,
oh, you are gonna cut down a tree.
Yeah, it has to happen, man, because it has to go here. Because actually, the last time that I tried to not cut down a tree, I put this store right here, and it ends up basically not visible at all because you can't rotate the camera. So it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make the same mistake again. So hereby, my apologies, tree. Or you know what? I'm gonna try and be a bit nice about this. I don't have any freaking apples on me. I'll just eat an egg. I'm gonna be eating an egg. All right.
All right, eat an egg.
So if you eat eggs, but actually if you eat fruit in this game, it gives you super strength. That's a good message for all you kids out there. Wait. I can't leave these. Whenever these are float by, I just have to grab them.
Completionist.
Yeah, man. It's very, very satisfying. So but anyway, I have a bit of super strength now, as you can see, which actually allows me to just, excavate this tree.
You're gonna dig the tree up. Look at this. I have to say that I think it was the first year at the Cyprus excavation where we actually had to like remove a tree completely, and it was a pain. It was.
You mean it was a pain to do, or you
Yes.
mean it was a pain to actually like emotionally?
I think the tree had more emotional and physical pain than we did.
Yeah, probably. Man, I have to say, I'm just a horrible person. I'm like an actual literal tree hugger in that sense. I get kind of upset when I have to like destroy trees. Like when I have to like cut them down, the bushes or whatever. I get full aggressive on them. But when I have to like destroy and root out something,
it's different.
I feel it, man. I feel it. That's just me being a weird son of a couple of hippies. All right. Yeah, this works. So the tailor.
Yes,
so
preserve it. So you imagine it. You think about it.
Yeah, actually, that's Sapphire Blue World gives a good tip. You can actually move stores to different locations later. But actually, as anything in this world and our world, shit costs money. So
shit costs money.
To relocate that store, it's actually 50,000 bells, and I need to pay my mortgage, man. And there was this extremely expensive stone bridge project. And I'm actually also providing for my 3-year-old because she doesn't earn any money in this game. She's just running around visiting, as he calls it, the museum. So and this is gonna look good though. All right. Unfortunately,
this is too much of a real life simulator.
Yeah, in a way it is, but that's also what ends up
Nook
making it
Inc.
All right. So that's the thing. What I actually really didn't understand at first. I was like, wait, where's my stuff? Why is it not built just yet? But this is a game that works well for me because it's about pleasure delaying. I'm a huge pleasure delayer. And I don't mean that in any sort of yucky sense, but I mean it in the sense of like, I kind of like to know that I have a reward sort of set out for me. So I know tomorrow, when the game has sort of gone to its new day, this store will actually be there, but it actually is under construction for a little while.
It takes some time.
So that means that Mabel will have a beautiful little store right over there. So I think there are only 4 other island layouts.
In that sense, it's a little bit like any other tycoon game as well, right? It takes some time to.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost in that sense like a Facebook game that you actually it takes some time for you to. Well, you actually have to invest. It's not something that you can just binge play in like 3 days or like a weekend. You actually have to invest a bit of time every single day in it, and then it actually gets
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Mhm.
All right. Some other thing that I actually wanted to do. I had this sweet new design for what was it again? Um, like a pool, like
Oh, sick.
a rock pool. Which, so there's one of the things that I like about this is that rock. Wait, you're gonna. Okay, that was actually pretty good, you know. um, so one of the things in this
Thank
game is
you.
that uh, it's of course it's made in Japan, so it has a lot of Japanese stylistic elements in there, as well as just generic like cute cottage stuff.
Hmm.
And but I kind of like playing around with a lot of different things. As you see, I'm very eclectic in my setup. Like this is the junkyard, and this is my front yard.
Hmm.
I absolutely refuse because this is one of the interesting things here. I think when we're talking material culture, is that fencing is actually a big deal in Animal Crossing. Like
Yeah.
putting in fences around
Hmm.
your plot of land. Well, basically,
Hmm.
this everything here is my plot of land,
Yeah.
and everybody else's plot of land. But putting in fencing is actually a big deal. So you actually get like donated 50 fences to build early on, and
Hmm.
I don't want to do anything with that, man. I don't want frigging fences on my
Yeah.
on my island. That's not what it is about. This is about an island of free love and territory.
But in a way, it is all fenced by the fact that you're on an island, right? You cannot move beyond that island.
That is very true. It is in that sense
So you are
very.
already confined in the space, and it just gives you the opportunity to segregate the space.
That's interesting actually. So one of the things that in the Caribbean, we'll talk a bit about the Caribbean over during the stream as well, is that there are
Mhm.
certain islands in which fencing for like actually like making sure that your yard territory is indicated is super important. And
Mhm.
there's other islands that people don't really care so much about that. They care for fencing
Yeah.
in terms of keeping livestock in and whatever. And
Mhm.
that is, I think, very much correlated with the fact that, um, you know, some islands were originally English, British,
Mhm.
and others were French or Dutch or, kept on changing hands. And the British islands have like a lot of effort put into like making sure that their yards are fenced and stuff like that. Jamaica, for example, a lot of people have hedges. Even if they're in the middle of nowhere, they will have their stuff fenced. That you
Yeah.
won't see that in the Dominican Republic, for example.
Yeah.
Well, you will see it, but not quite as often.
Sapphire Blue says the villagers won't care about your fences anyway, and as long as you don't close anything up, they'll wander in. Imagine people walking into your front yard and sitting under your tree in real life. I mean, it's not that weird, I would say. Like in a way, maybe nowadays it is weird, but
That's
if you,
that's that's what life was about.
yeah, that was like if you had an open front, not you didn't have a front yard. If you had a bunch of trees close by your house that you were collecting the fruit, how could you keep people from coming around? Or in smaller villages, not all not all spaces were necessarily privately closed.
So
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 yeah.
in the Caribbean, in the pre-colonial Caribbean,
Mhm.
uh, people wouldn't have been and still nowadays, for example, if you go to South America and you visit indigenous communities there,
Mhm.
you won't find any freaking fencing there. You will find uh, houses and
Mhm.
storage areas and central like plaza areas. There's very little in terms of demarcating this is my property
Yeah.
or this is your property. And that's not
Yeah.
the fact that these people are all sorts of hippies. No, they know very well what the value of stuff is, and they know very well sort of what trading means and what actually ownership is as well.
Yeah.
But they don't really emphasize that much. Same for the
Yeah.
pre-colonial Caribbean. Fencing uh, didn't really. We never found really fencing except for stuff like fencing for utilitarian purposes.
Yeah.
And in fact, and I once read, this is a long time ago, and I don't remember the author, but fencing originated. A yard is an Anglo-Saxon word actually. So it became very important at a certain moment in time in the Anglo-Saxon world and in Scandinavia. Um,
Mhm.
the size of your territory, because it also had to do with how many livestock you could actually see to and how many. It became important part of kinship relations in terms of marriage, and that's actually when that became very very important. So
Mhm.
in relation to livestock, and in terms also in relation of paying off your enemies when you had killed their family members,
Yeah.
That's actually when people started fencing their yards. So that's
Yeah.
really where yard comes from as a concept. At least that's what I read. A long time ago now. In Anthropology of the Middle Ages, if I remember the title of the book
Nice.
correctly. So this is my home, my friend.
Oh, this is a
This is
nice,
this
nice
is
home.
where I reside. I
This is
lucked.
very much the horror vacui right there.
Yeah, man. I kind of lucked out with. I feel that I lucked out in the beginning because I got this very sweet, like diner style wallpaper. So you can of course. So I know for sure, and unfortunately, Krijn can join us in game. But I know for
Mhm.
sure that Krijn has made something absolutely beautiful here because he's the designer of the bunch.
Yeah.
Um, and but you can of course do all sorts of different things with your house in terms of. I mean, I've got so much shit already. I'm a hoarder in real life. I'm a hoarder here. So this is another opportunity.
Oh, you
Like
can have white chocolate wall. Of course, you're gonna have white chocolate wall.
of course you can have white chocolate wall, man.
Oh, great.
This is also nice. But I really digged the the diner style kind of thing. I love
Yeah.
diners, so I was like, yeah, I'll go for the diner style thing.
This makes the space look a little bit bigger, you know?
I know, man, but one of the things I don't really care about, especially if it's my own space, is actually how big it is. Because what are you gonna be doing here? Also, I don't like the fact that there's aluminium foil on the bottom of these chocolate balls.
Oh, sure. Fair.
I'm just
That is a
weird.
little bit weird.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the and there's all sorts of other things, of course, that you can
Yeah.
end up doing. But what I'm actually looking for here, what was I looking for? Um, was actually a bunch of hardwood. Oh wait, actually no. I have to get out of here. Sorry. Oops. I actually need a bunch of hardwood. Um, and
Just
what else?
pick it
That
back up.
yeah, no, I no. This is all in storage, so this is
Mm.
actually because my pockets are unfortunately not that big. Let me
I
actually
mean,
just.
if you could fit all of these things in your pocket, it would be
It will be some pockets. So you
something.
actually
Yeah.
start out with eeny teeny pockets.
Yeah.
So actually, let me just. We're gonna run quickly to the museum after this, and have them
Hmm.
identified.
Yes.
But before that, I actually wanted to
Oh,
craft
I love this launcher.
the launch here. Which one?
Yeah, yeah. Go up, up, up,
Up.
up,
Oh,
up. There,
this.
this. Because as a kid, I used to have this exact launcher in like mini size because I was like very little. So my parents and my grandparents had the proper launchers, and they had bought this tiny one for me in this exact color combination.
Nice,
So it was
nice,
like
nice.
my favorite chair of all time.
So I mean, that's. By the way, thanks, Fire Blue World. Thanks for that compliment. But I think there's so many little things that are recognizable to people in here.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a piano just yet, and I don't play piano in real life. But we always used to have a piano in our home, or the home where I grew up, because my dad used to play piano,
Yeah.
and definitely that's gonna go into because it's just such a thing of your the home that you know that is your home. So
Yeah.
and there's so much stuff in here. So I'm sure that there were people growing up that had this race car bed style thing. I
Yeah,
I,
for
I had
sure.
friends that had a bed like that. So I'm sure that they're gonna like think at least of using something like that. I'm not so sure if anybody ever had white chocolate walls, but
I
could
don't
could
think so,
could
but
be
you
could
never.
be. So I know that I needed a bunch of stuff for that bigger project that I was actually gonna build. Let's see. Otherwise, I'll just get back because my crafting station is actually still outside.
Mm, it's not about efficiency; it's about aesthetics.
No, this is definitely. Well, I mean, for certain people, it may be about efficiency, but oops, yeah, I still get that wrong. You can't excavate your crafting station.
Of course.
All right. So one of the things that I was actually gonna be crafting
A
was
key holder. No, okay.
a key holder. Yeah, I kind of like this one as well.
It is kind of
Probably
nice.
will.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna craft it. Yeah, plenty of wood for that.
I mean, you have so many stores; you have to be able to open them, right?
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm not the owner of those
What?
stores, so.
I like how it's holding a leaf.
Oh yeah. It's just everything is in your inventory looks like a leaf more or less. So no, actually, what I was gonna craft was a campsite. Yes, exactly. That's a thing that needs to happen. Oh
But you
shit!
had
Now,
them.
now I don't have enough wood anymore.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
all right.
Go get the wood.
Go get the wood. So this is life in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Interestingly, you have a stone axe, which allows you to, hammer on trees,
Hmm.
and you don't cut them down.
Is this some kind of bashing to prehistoric people? Or like you couldn't cut trees with your stone axes?
It's interesting, right? That the
Yeah.
idea that a stone axe is, it is probably a little bit less efficient at actually making, wood cutting, but
Yeah.
it's not that you can't cut down a tree with a stone axe.
No,
But
exactly. Of course you can
of
cut
course,
down
this
a
is
tree.
always the moment that you need wood. But
I think you've
whoops,
gotten 3, right?
no. So the thing is, they've got so I'm looking for wood, and then they've got softwood and
Oh,
hardwood. It's kind
of
of
course.
that's a bit of wood at least. No, basically no Freudian slips here. It's actually
No.
just wood that I'm looking for. Oh, so many softwood. There must be some sort of deal with this in terms of which trees are. Whoops, that was a
That was a misfire.
that was a misfire.
Yeah.
There must be some sort of way that you can recognize trees that are gonna give you regular wood. I think actually palm trees are better at giving you regular wood. Alright, I think I've collected 3 right now.
I think so.
Alright, let's have a look. But I probably have to collect some more wood, but we'll do that later. So actually a campsite. I'm gonna run down a campsite so animals or visitors from other islands can actually visit. So I'm gonna craft that.
Can
All right.
chill out somewhere.
They can chill out somewhere. Yes, exactly. You can actually speed up your crafting by mashing the A button. I found it out a little bit too late. I was like, this takes long. Actually, the only other thing that I actually wanted to build was
I really like that this was like
a
a
leaf.
No, it wasn't a leaf.
What do you mean? Oh, an item.
The,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. There's this thing.
Nice.
The outdoor bath. Okay, I need a bit more stone for that, and a whole shovel.
You need quite a bit more.
Yeah. All right. I have a lot of stone stockpiled still, I think.
Let's
So
do this.
and as you can already see, Aris, this is just. It is a very relaxing kind of.
Yeah, this is a time killer basically.
It's a time killer, and it's it's just one of these things that one of these games that is just super chill, basically. Unless you want to make it like you're trying to go for efficiency, then I think this game is horrible because I don't think it's very easy to optimize anything or in this game. But yeah, it's just about being a bit chill, which is of course why so many people ended up buying this game in this particular time.
Yeah.
It's also about the outdoors and. But it's also very chill because it is this thing that you can take your time and you have more or less full control over everything.
Yeah, and I've been thinking a little bit about this. So yeah, there are also a ton of like missions that you wanna be doing a little bit to get some items, I guess, and get some new
Yeah, there are some
stuff.
missions where I'm gonna put my. I don't even have any space for my. Well, I guess I can put it here. Right.
What do you wanna put down there?
The key holder, my friend.
Oh, the key holder, of course. But because as I said last time, I was playing Two Point Hospital as well, and I've been thinking a little bit about this type of games and what is it exactly they offer, because it is really relaxing and at the same time like it's not like Anno 1800, right, where playing
No, it is
efficiently really
very
is
much not.
important. But it does share a lot of characteristics in the way that you play it. And in the way that you still have to fill up a space, you still have to have like means of production and collect stuff and make sure like your citizens, so to speak, are doing well. You know, it has comparable features, but it's by no means the same. And if I think there should be a spectrum of this type of games.
I think that probably the same type of people that really dig Anno games also dig these types of games because in a way it's the same type of thing. It's about it's a simulation kind of game, right? Where you basically construct order and basically in which you design the world. Same as you do with Anno, which is not really about it can be about the competition, but it's not really about that. Yeah, no, for sure. That's an astute. But at the same time, a game like Anno is already so systems focused.
Yeah.
And actually, Animal Crossing is systems focused as well, but the systems are sort of gently introduced, and they never punish you in any sort of way.
Yeah.
You never get stuck. Really,
yeah, I guess that's the one of the biggest differences, right? That it's not like your place is gonna end up in fire.
No, exactly. Craft an outdoor bath. I don't know how big this thing will be, but I absolutely love it. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, and I've been thinking about this type of games because from time to time I've enjoyed some of this. Like I enjoy now playing Two Point Hospital, or I have enjoyed in the past playing Zoo Tycoon. I even enjoyed playing the Facebook Sims.
Nice.
I played it for a very, very long time until they closed it. I don't know why.
You did?
Yeah, unfortunately, they just shut down the entire project. I was really sad.
Oh.
But then there are others like Anno that I never really enjoyed.
No, so Anno is, I think, a bit of an acquired taste, and it has a bit of a particular audience as well. I don't want to say a German audience, but it is a game that is really very popular in Germany. Has German developers as well, so
yeah.
Anyway, let's maybe run around and excavate a bit more. And while we're at it, we might find a good spot for this. Where is it?
For this campsite.
This campsite I have to plunk down. Where is it? Over here. Yeah. Actually, probably somewhere on the other island over there. All right. Where is my... Oh, wait. Of course, I can't excavate anything. I'm an archaeologist without a shovel now. Because outdoor pond actually... that pool actually...
Did it break your shovel?
No, it actually...
it
consumed it. Yes, it was the first build that did something like that. Yeah, but I can build more shovels.
I'm sure you can. Wooden shovel even.
You start out. This is something I don't like about this thing at all. So your equipment breaks, and every time your equipment breaks, you have to basically start with a flimsy shovel first.
And then make the actual.
And you can make a shovel out of a flimsy shovel, which is
why.
Yeah, this is why. So of course in the game you start first with the flimsy shovel. And then you get to upgrade to that. But I honestly don't know why they just made this. Yeah, I don't know. These people are really good game designers. So I'm sure that they have some sort of reason for it, but it escapes me. All right.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go now. Let me get my shovel out. And let's dig us some holes. To start with here. This is going to be an egg, I know for sure. Yeah. So we kind of want to hunt for fossils right now, but we're going to be excavating a lot of eggs while we're doing this because of that weirdo bunny that is now a zipper that is now actually across my...
So this is a second island, right?
So actually this is all one island, and the island is actually... let me actually show you. It is all just... it's basically cut through by a couple of rivers.
Yeah.
And also by different heights. So in the beginning, you're only in that sort of section of the island that we've just been. Because you can't cross rivers just yet. Later on, you get to cross rivers with a jumping pole vault. And even later, you get to build bridges and also you have a ladder, so you can actually go to different those. Nintendo's really into breakable tools, weapons lately. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it kind of works as a mechanics in Breath of the Wild as well, because it forces you to change up your preferred weapons in Breath of the Wild. But
I mean, you can also even do it in the actual Switch, right? You get some Joy-Con drift, you get to change your equipment.
Oh, that's very good, my friend. I'm gonna. That's. I actually had this with my Joy-Con.
Yeah.
It's Joy-Con is such a weird word, by the way.
Joy-Con is such a weird
I
one.
had drift in my Joy-Con, my friend. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all.
Yeah.
Oh, so Sapphire Blue World's
Oh
Joy.
no.
Oh, that's sorry, Sapphire. That's
That's been the only thing that's holding me back from buying a Switch Lite.
that. The Switch Lites actually also have this problem.
Well,
Yeah,
there were a lot of report cases in the first month. Not a lot, but there were some.
yeah.
And since then, there haven't been any other reported cases. So I wonder if they secretly fixed it in later batches and they didn't say anything.
I could be because then they would have first have to acknowledge the fact that they actually
Exactly. Yeah.
effed it up before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? I don't see any.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. So also these holes in the ground.
Yeah. I don't want. Don't.
We're not gonna discuss. We're not gonna discuss it in too much depth.
No.
But because plotting those murky depths of the shape of this particular hole would be a bit
Yeah.
awkward. But yeah, it's and
I don't know what they were thinking with this design.
they probably were just having a laugh, especially with the fact that when you actually open up this hole and actually
Yeah.
another frigging egg. All right. Fortunately, I had some fossils saved from before. Now we're gonna go to the wild part of my island, the part where no creature is living just yet, and where I actually have not done the weeds because I kind of like it that way.
A
Wild.
little bit natural.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about that later if we're gonna visit one of these other islands, basically these sort of random islands. But this is very much a game that is based on the idea of empty islands and the colonization of them, which is this, it's very weird kind of thing. Oh, this is a little archaeological Easter egg. There you go. It's called Stonehenge actually, and I put it down here.
Nice.
So I got it, I think, from a floating gift. Just popped down. I think I got Stonehenge from it, if I recall correctly.
A flying balloon just
A flying
dropped.
balloon dropped a tiny bit of, and then it came out as this. So I just in the outer wilds of my island, there's
Nice.
these remnants of civilization. I'm sure that the pyramids or something like that must be in there as well. But I haven't encountered them. But I did get Stonehenge.
This...
Oh, why'd you have to make me aware of this? Yeah, I'm very, very sorry. It's something that I tried not to think of too much when I open up another hole. But yes, it's to me it's painfully it's glaring me in the brown eye.
Guess he is thoroughly disappointed that with us.
And us, I'm sure she is. Oh wait, oh run!
Why are you running?
That gift is going.
Oh, the gift.
That gift is escaping me.
Don't drop it in the water.
No, I won't. I'm an expert slingshotter. You are actually. You were talking about having a slingshot when you were a kid, right? Here you go. Expert slingshotter misses completely.
I like slingshots.
Oh.
I've made. I was.
Yeah, you were telling about how you actually ended up making one.
Yeah, that excavation. You've just praised about how good of a slingshotter you are.
I know.
Two in a row.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
Fortunately, as I say, the game is very, very forgiving. So this is actually a present.
Okay.
So these are, of course, I think one of these absolutely brilliant parts of this game as well is that you actually get a lot of presents in this game. Like coming from the sky, coming through your mail. So, of course, for any young kid, but just any adult as well, presents are everywhere. You can actually make your own presents. So I was at a birthday today in Animal Crossing of Tammy, and you have to give this present to this other animal, basically, this other resident. And it's absolutely cool because first you have the option to wrap it. You can actually buy wrapping paper and you wrap that item that you're gonna give, and they sort of react in different ways as well. Anyway, opening up the present, what's in it?
I mean, who doesn't like
iron nuggets? I feel I've been naughty now when I've been giving 5 iron nuggets. Yeah. Man, sometimes there's like 30,000 bells in these things, or like a very cool new like item. This is just
like Stonehenge.
Like Stonehenge, exactly. All right, we have 3 fossils, so I guess that should do in terms of
In terms of, you
In
think
terms
the
of
museum will not turn us away?
no. So I'm kind of hopeful because I've been. That was me. That was me just picking up a shell because force fed it. Just needed to happen.
Yeah,
Uh,
I really like how casually you did it. Like,
yeah.
let me just pick this up.
Yes. The hoarder in me was like, um, but so here is actually the museum, which I think is one of the coolest features about Animal Crossing so far that I've sort of encountered, and that's the museum. So the
Yeah,
museum is run by this dude.
of course it has to be an owl.
And of course, it has to be an owl. Yes, for sure. And actually, this owl is called Blathers.
Ladders. Also, I like the way Blather speaks.
Oh yeah.
Might there be something of which I can assist you?
So normally you just try to do all of these in a batch, but now we're just gonna do them one by one because of course
Sure,
we wanna.
we wanna see it.
Yeah. So you just give him this fossil that you don't know what it's about, and all of a sudden he's
Ah,
like
you had an idea.
ooh, like a brachio chest, quite remarkable indeed. Oh, oh no, he already has one. So that actually happens. You
That really
excavate.
is not what happens in museums, though.
No, because if you
Oh, you
find
brought us a vase? Oh, we already have a vase.
exactly no, whenever you bring something like that, it's old to a museum. They just say,
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
"All right, we're gonna try with one. Hopefully, there's gonna be one unique fossil in here because that would be kind of neat." All right,
Constantly flattered.
constantly fluttered this guy. I don't know. Maybe he has an underlying heart condition. You need to check it. All right. I get. Okay, a stego torso. So that's a stegosaurus. I feel we're gonna be
It's a
disappointed with
torso
this
from
one.
a Stegosaurus?
Yes. So we're gonna be disappointed with this one as well, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ah.
I've been playing this game for too much already. All right. Last chance. Last chance. And otherwise, we may find something on the island that we'll visit
Yeah.
later.
But so you cannot make a donation with the things that he already has.
Exactly, because he's like, no, why would we? It's already in there.
It's not like we're hoarding stuff in our storage rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that they're taking off, they're actually gonna put that on display, which is not something that most museums do. As
Oh, exactly.
I'm sure that the person sharing your home with you is well aware of. All right, let's see. Last chance. All right. It can be but one thing. A Diplosco. Oh, I fear.
Diploskull. What's a
Yeah.
Diploskull?
Oh,
Superb!
yes.
A rare fossil. Nice.
Fortune and glory, kid.
Bam.
Fortune and glory.
Yes, fortune and glory for us.
Yes.
So the thing is actually, this is probably one of the poorest things that you can do with your resources in terms of, you're not going to get any money for it, and it's stored in a museum. So it's kind of this thing that is really done for I don't know what exactly, just because you like collecting stuff. Because
Yeah, just for the sake of it. It's not. It really is not about. In a way, everything is about collecting. So
everything is about collecting, but for a lot of the other collecting, you actually need like bells and stuff, and this is basically a huge time sink, and as well, you're not going to get any resources from this, as far as I know. Like maybe a little bit of miles if you've collected a lot, but that's about it. So anyway, excellent. They also say, will you donate it to our noble institution of learning? So, all right. Of course, we're donating this. The utmost haste.
Yes.
Everything good sound-wise?
Yeah. Apparently, the Casey is saying that the mouse is on my face, and the oh yeah, it is. Move your mouse out of
Move
my
my
face.
mouse? Wait, is it
Oh
now?
no, it's not. Yeah. No.
Oh,
Just
so
put it on the bottom right or something.
I'm gonna scratch your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't able to see that. Sorry.
No worries.
All right. Might I give you a short presentation on the topic? I'm quite knowledgeable, So I really like this. So the fact
Yeah.
you're actually excavating this old stuff, and you're also collecting, and we will do that later. You're collecting bugs and fish as well for this museum. So it's basically like a natural history museum.
Mm-hmm.
And so suppose that you're like this 6-year-old or this 7-year-old, and
Yeah.
you're actually playing this game. And this guy is asking you, like, can I tell you? Well, the thing is, he should just tell you. He should not ask you. Because, of course, most people will be like, no, thanks. But, so you know a Diplodocus, right? You know what that is?
No,
Oh, okay. So wiki crutch yourself, or
I
actually
will.
blather crutch yourself, because blather is gonna explain to us what a Diplodocus is.
Oh, I know what the. Oh, sorry. I have it in my mind with so all the dinosaurs. I have them in my mind with the Greek names, right? So I think of him as Diplodocus
Diplodocus.
because. So if you say Diplodocus, I got confused with the accent.
Yeah. So I have it in Dutch in my mind, like Diplodocus.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
exactly.
it's Diplodocus. I haven't got a clue. Like Spartacus or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
In older games, he'd just tell you. You also didn't have the option to name multiple items at once until the previous game. Yeah, that probably was a lot of. I think they've made some really sort of quality of life upgrades in this game.
Yeah.
Anyway, a presentation on what is it in Greek? You say
Diplodocus.
Diplodocus. Very good. Please. This guy is like so many professors I had. It's like this. It's fascinating stuff. I where to begin? Where I can begin anywhere basically, and I could end anywhere as well.
Good old Diplodocus.
Yeah, you do the voiceover, because the voiceover in Animal Crossing is just animals like blathering, quite literally. So you do the voice. You read this one. You read this one.
Good old Diplodocus, what would we do without you? This stout fellow embodied all the best in dinosaurs. Those sturdy legs, that magnificent tail, and, above all, that extraordinary neck. Did you know that its center of gravity was such that sitting up on its hind legs was probably easy?
So kind of nice, right?
Kinda nice. What's more, paired with its long neck, this ability greatly increased its reach for eating plants.
So kind of nice. There's all sorts of facts that you get about Diplodocus.
Best of all, Diplodocus probably grew its entire life, having no adult size. Would that we were all so gifted?
I'm that gifted. I'm still growing.
I mean, I wish I was still growing, because then I wouldn't be that short, you know?
You're good. You're good, Agus. You're pint sized. That's absolutely great.
Yes.
All right.
That was a lot of talking, Sapphire Blue.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Anywho, I will gladly accept your generous donation.
excellent.
All right.
Many thanks to you, and best of luck.
So I can actually. There's a couple of other donations. Let's just do one more, because he actually gets have a bit of a.
Like, what would you like to donate?
So let's go for the clownfish.
I like how you have a clownfish and the bluefish, so it's really like Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is exactly like Finding Nemo. So I wonder if they're going to be in the same tank together. So what I like.
Oh, in a bag even.
In a bag, yeah. What I like is that it doesn't really matter how big this fish. So you could actually cut a sturgeon, and it's the same little bag that you're like, here, have this.
You're just cramping that poor fish in there.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Don't put your fish in bags. At least not for a frigging like 24 hours as I've just done. Yes, please. Please tell me. All right, Aris, ready for the voiceover again?
I am. He would love nothing more than that. I would love nothing more than that. Few can deny the delightful qualities of the clownfish. These vibrant fish make their home among venomous anemones. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement.
They're anemones. Anemones. Remember.
Anemones, yeah.
Remember.
I've been bitten by one. Or,
have you been Have you been like bitten like
not bitten, but one had I was when I was at the beach once
All right.
as a kid.
Give me your anemone
Yes, I will.
story.
So I was, I think, like 6 or 7, so not particularly old. And I'm in Paros, in this island in the Cyclades, with my parents and my cousins, and there are these huge ass waves because it's very windy. So we are enjoying ourselves at the beach, just playing with the waves, having a ton of fun. And then all of a sudden, I feel on the inside of my thigh this like immense pain, like somebody has just clawed on me, right? So I just start screaming and I ran out, and there's this anemone just stuck on my leg, just
What?
huge, and they had to
Shit.
basically it had unstuck from a rock or something because of the waves.
And it started
So they had to,
floating around or something.
yeah, exactly. So they had to take it off my leg. They took me to the doctor. They did me like all sorts of. They gave me all sorts of medicine, and then I had like a fever of 39 for like 2 days straight.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah.
So
And
Finding
it's
Nemo
quite-
must be some sort of like horror movie for you.
yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah,
Shit. Well, man.
it
Well.
was pretty intense.
So
Yeah.
sorry for making you live through this memory again.
So it's not a mutually beneficial arrangement for me, but maybe for the fish, yes.
For the clownfish, it
Yeah.
is.
All right, let's go. The clownfish find safety in the anemone's wriggling arms as well as leftover scraps of food,
Mm.
like my leg. In
Yes.
return, clownfish ward off parasites and predators for the anemone.
So probably there was this clownfish just like hanging around your leg as well. Like, dude, get the
Yeah,
fuck away from here. This is my
what
buddy.
the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
Don't. This was probably the inspiration for Finding Nemo. But in fact, the
Yeah.
clownfish was trying to find his anemone buddy. And you
Anemone.
and whatever it is, the thing that is unpronounceable. Anemone in Dutch. That's much easier. Anemone, also very less pretty. All right.
Thus, these colorful fish remind us of the importance of maintaining good cheer among our roommates.
This is a lesson
A
for us
lesson.
all.
Yeah, exactly.
A lesson for us all in these times. If you happen to hook up with a
With an anemone.
with a toxic creature, just be a clownfish about it.
Yeah. Just let it kill the parasites around you.
Exactly. Let it kill. Don't let it kill you. Let it kill the parasites around you,
Yeah.
and you make sure it will ward off all your enemies. That's what toxic creatures are good at. Your friends as well. They won't come over anymore either. So,
I don't
anyway.
think the League of Legends community would agree with this.
No, I don't think so either. All right.
And there you
Fascinating
have
stuff.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, very fascinating stuff.
All right.
Thank you, Blathers. This has been very informative.
You have my gratitude. All right. So, is there anything else? I'm just gonna make the donation here, but I'm gonna do that really quickly.
Just make the donation.
Or do you want to know about surgeon fish?
No, up to you. Donate whatever you want.
I know, but I can just well, I actually want to know about surgeon fish. So let's
Okay.
hear it, because I actually don't know anything about surgeon fish.
Undoubtedly. I mean, we knew that, right?
We need, yes, yeah. So that's weird. We know fishes. We know fish, fishes. We know fish, and we know bugs. Like I don't know, like super entomology knowledge, but we don't know fossils apparently. So weird.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, there you
Careful
go.
now. Actually, whoo! Careful now. These fish are particularly dangerous despite their seemingly docile appearance. With its saturated blue and yellow tones, the surgeonfish is quite breathtaking.
That it is.
It's got to keep up with all the other vibrant fish that live in the coral too, I wager. Quite a competition.
I think they didn't know anything to say about the
No,
story.
they're like, I have no idea. Can you Google this fish? Oh, it doesn't say anything on
They're like-
Wikipedia.
Just the 30-second Wikipedia rule. Just make it happen.
I mean, I've seen it on Nemo. It just forgets everything.